10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Five days of Dota 2 has led us to this point. Grand finals, Team Secret, Team Nigma, and Team Secret is 2 games up in the series here in Tug of War Mad Moon. If they win one more, and you guessed it, they will be the champions. The question is, can Nigma put a stop to them? Because they look downright unstoppable. We're gonna find out that. We're gonna talk about their chances and what they can do. I'm here with Capitalist, I'm here with Kyle. Gentlemen, we have not seen Secret lose a series in a very, very long time. What is Nigma gonna do to break the streak?
5 seconds remaining.
I would pull out something new.
Being run over by Nigma, you resolve that with your last 2 pickups. You still have a lot of options. There are a lot of team fighter offlaners. Rush. Not successful with it past their run at the minor in the major.
Yep. It's a good point, too, because if you look at the game, like, they have so many resets with the Wisp, with the Oracle. Now you have offensive resets as well, plus the BKB piercing disable of a Beastmaster in a incredibly long fight, right? Nigma will inevitably take it. The question is, can you actually survive long enough to do so? Like, especially when you consider these strength healers are picking up halberds.
Before you continue analyzing this draft, real quick, it is going to be Nisha, Kunkka, Zai is playing the Dragon Knight, Matu, Morphling, and on the side of Nigma is the way you expected, Miracle playing the Leshrac, Mind Control Beastmaster.
Yeah, to me, if you're going to win this game as Nigma, Miracle's got to play a perfect game. And Secret, you have a lot of people that can go off. I'm going to key in on Yapzor, because against OD, against Leshrac, this can be a dream route.
I think it's going to be an interesting game for Miracle for sure. I mean, he's got so many steroids between her and can play aggressively with Oracle. If he's going to carry any game, it's going to be this one.
All right, let's find out. Can he carry his team to force out more games in this grand finals? We're going to find out together with OD Pixel and Lacoste.
Thank you, Steve. Yes, game 3 ready to go between Nigma and Secret here in the grand final. Secret up 2-0 at the moment. Lacoste, what do you reckon of this draft? What's your heart telling you? What's your brain telling you?
They're once again with all in, but right now the Nigma, they don't have this steroid carry to buff up. It's Lash. He doesn't benefit that much from Io, and Oracle sitting behind him. I was expecting something more like late game oriented. Yes, he comes online very quick, but I'm not sure if that's gonna be enough. And I've seen Zai stream Dragon Knight off lane, boy.
Yep.
Meteor Hammer first item.
Oh, really?
I'm not sure if that's gonna happen, but that's what he was building when he was playing offlane Dragon Knight.
Okay, I'll look forward to seeing that if it does come through from Secret, but we'll we'll find out this game as we get stuck into this one. Game 3, ladies and gentlemen. Are Secret going to be able to walk away with the 3-0, or can Nigma start to try and turn this series on its head? Nigma, very much, I mean, this lineup, once again, it's something that can play very fast, Lacoste, isn't it? You're seeing this Flash,
sure.
this Beastmaster, there's a lot of tower push in Nigma. They're going to start this game with a bang. Puppey's found in the jungle, and Miracle will kick things off with a first blood.
They have a lineup that doesn't rely on cooldowns at all, besides OD, but even if his ulti is on cooldown, this is the hero that still wants to take a fight. Remember, this is not a faceless void who wants to wait almost 3 minutes. It's a good Ruby game, though. Like, you have Beastmaster Roar to steal, anything from Lash will feel good. Astral, the most important one that you want to go for defensive. Roar is used, you just Astral someone.
And I'll be interested to see, sure, the Morph, it's here again, like in game 1, in a different capacity, though, as we said, in the side lane, Matu playing it rather than the Nisha mid. But that game 1, when Secret did try and run the Morph, that was the game where Nigma got very close to being able to abuse the time where Morph was trying to play out and farm up the E-Blade. That whole sort of opening 22 minutes was a window that Nigma did a good job of getting ahead on. Obviously, their own mistakes sort of shot them in the foot, caused the opportunities for Secret to get back on top. But if Nigma can replicate what they're able to do in game 1, they could have another shot at trying to break that high ground before Secret's ready to go with this.
Yeah, the mistake they made in game number 1 was going high ground before taking the Roche, which kind of backfired. But right now, they also have a nice Roche taking potential. You have Beastmaster with the aura. You have this Lash who deals a huge amount of damage in a short period of time.
And looking at some of the expectations from the lanes, you know, this last pick OD from Nigma in this matchup against Kunkka. Kunkka, a beefy hero, has great wave clear with the Tidebringer, but would you still consider OD a hero because of the melee factor of the Kunkka that can come out on top of this 1v1? Can we help on this lane?
Knowing how good Nisha plays, it could be an even matchup, and if you get the levels early on, on Kunkka, you'll still can go to jungle if things are not going correctly, but I don't think he should have too many issues. Yes, OD, whenever there's an Astral, he's gonna use it, get the deny, and 1 or 2 CS, that's how this lane should go. But so far, Nisha doing extremely good, 7-3 against 5-3.
Yeah, solid start indeed as trade starts off even. The side lanes, interesting to see this time around, obviously beginning with mainly 2v2s rather than any tri-lane action early on. Is this something that we can expect to change? Is anyone going to get left alone, and do any supports have to start getting active elsewhere early this match?
You can leave Dragonite alone for 30 seconds, try to make a move on the mid lane, especially if you have a vision on the rune, and it's Invis rune, but the only one who has the vision of it is Team Nigma, so it's not going to be efficient even if you make a rotation. Nisha harassing him a lot, 2 points, the Tidebringer already doing the work. And look at this.
Bracing nearly out, could secure the wave attempt with the Torrent. Having that second Bracing, still having that Salve ready to pop if he does get low. Nisha with all the tools to keep himself strong in this lane matchup. 11 for 6 against the 7 for 8, not having any trouble at all so far in these early levels against Weeha's OD.
Dragonite might go for Spirit Vessel this game. It's extremely efficient against these healing 2 supports that Nigma is having right now.
Yeah, even with sort of the ability to dispel off with the Oracle, you'd still see a lot of value in that item.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be situations where Oracle's not able to save, right?
Oh, I said you can leave him for 30 seconds.
Oh, they can land the stun. I mean, maybe they don't even need to land it here. Zai's doing his best to try and juke it, but they've got him. Just alone a little too long. Must have hit the 31st second.
Probably, yeah. Usually I'm not wrong, especially when I am. I don't know.
Now we're seeing down bottom Matthew's farm, 13 for 3, mind control, 14 for 6. Solid start on these lanes, 2 for 0. They're already starting to build up a 1K lead.
Yep, we can hear the crowd. They want Nigma to win this game. A lot of cheering when they were entering the stage, and even right now.
Yeah, no doubt about it. The fans here, they just want to see more Dota 2. You know it. You know, Secret was down 2-0 at this point. They'd be cheering Secret's name. They want to see more action from these teams. And Nigma, this opening 4 minutes, they're certainly doing it. They're giving it their all to kick this game off to a much better start already than game 2.
Yeah, 2 Borises. I don't know, I like the call Bor. A Boris when we're in the CIS region, you know?
Boris?
Yeah.
Okay. I like it.
Doing a lot of work on the bottom. There's a huge amount of slow. Also, should be careful about this Oracle. 2 points in the nuke.
Oh yeah, this is that level 3 on Kuro is when he can really start to hurt. Huge amount of mana to play with, and he's got the 2 mangoes on top of that as well. So a lot of combos to drop if he sees the opportunity to start nuke. He's going to start going on to Matu a bit. Matu's got to be careful on how much he's shifted into the Agi. You cannot underestimate the burst from that level 2 Purifying Flames that Kuro has ready to go. Just continuing to do a good job of trying to push back Matu. Continuing to open up this lane for mind control to free farm as the Beastmaster. Again, Matu really playing on the edge here. Sitting very, very low. Back towards the bounty rune. Puppey will take it away. Mind control will chase him for his efforts, though. The ball coming in, slowing down Puppey. But Puppey's still going to be able to make it over. Take out the bounty rune. He's going to be able to TP out easily. There's no burst or catch to stop him. And that's Secret securing all 4 bounty runes of 5 minutes in.
Even with 4 bounties, it's still an even game.
Yeah, you can see on the CS, all 3 of Nigma's cores, just on average farming that better than that of Secret. Still, the mid lane, it's starting to step up in denies. Now that the levels are there, we are able to utilize the Astrals more frequently to take more away from the Kunkka. But it's the Kunkka. You know, at this point, Nisha's going to be able to head to the neutral camps, make sure that his creep hitting stays on top.
Dire's structures are
It's
fortified.
gonna be really tough to land any combo from Kanka. They're safe from Oracle, they're safe from Io, and Astral from OD. But they need to make a lot of mess in the mid game before they can use the Kanka's combo.
Secret, they definitely have started to rotate more away from that top, giving Zai that solo area to play. Does mean that there's very little pressure on the ledge. Bottom lane, an opportunity's been found. They try for Puppey, but Puppey's back under the tower. Matu comes for. Trading harassment, mind control, and a TPM from Yapzor. They've got a great sleep setup from Puppey that will allow them to find at least one of these, you'd imagine. Telekinesis back onto mind control. They'll take the kill. Kuro's trying for the trade with the Purifying Flames, but it's not enough. Puppey is able to hide it out in the trees, and Kuro's got to run. Waveform forward. Matu's looking for a second kill. They don't have enough damage, and weehaw TPM's there.
As the ulti ready, if you can get some charges from that Astral, that's going to be +3, but Yapzor gets a kill on Kuro.
Yeah, Kuro steps in and doesn't expect that Fade Bolt to come flying in from the side. Top lane, Nigma, they'll find some action in return. They'll move in onto Zai, knowing the secret. They put all their focus down bottom. It's support TPs, meaning there was no backup for Zai available. Nigma could take the kill, and any time they clean up this top lane, Miracle's going to be able to push very, very quickly.
I like how both of these teams are processing information. You see rotation from Yapzor. Dragon Knight falls back to his tower, but the Nigma, they have the movement speed advantage. They get the kill, they get the tower, and this tower is important, not as important as the mid tower, but right now there's no one on the mid lane for a very long time.
Rotation from Nisha, if he wants to use the perfect read of the movement of Kuro. Didn't need an X mark, didn't need a poke, gets him slap bang in the middle of the torrent, and now he has the X and the boat to look for mind control as well. He doesn't even need the boat. Nisha using the minimum, but that's all that's required to get the 2 kills off successfully with a perfect gank.
Well, Nisha is just too good. His performance on the Batrider in the previous game with the node that was amazing. And yep, I talked about it. He's going for the meme hammer. You might laugh about it, but I did the math.
Okay.
Now, you can stun people for 5 seconds.
5 seconds?
Yeah, if your Dragon Tail is maxed out, especially at the later stages of the game. If this goes to super late game,
you get the
level
talent.
20, cooldown reduction, and 2 seconds Dragon Tail stun.
All right, big brain plays from Zai. I mean that, it's not like he's the only disable on the team. You combo that with a Rubik, a Kunkka, an Elder Titan. That's hero slammed down for a long, long time. But it is also, you do not see your offlane hero rushing Meteor Hammer that much. So it's a different way to play. We'll see if it pays off. Bottom lane, Nisha tries for the attempt, but there's more than enough save from Nigma. GH and Kuro coming to help out mind control. As Nisha won't be successful this time with the action. weeha's attention also brought down here. Still looking for an opportunity to use that Sanity's Eclipse to get that easy kill as an OD, but Secret play it safe. They back off and keep themselves away as OD shows himself.
Yeah, they understand that this bottom tower will probably go down. Zai putting a lot of pressure with that ulti.
But off the mark there, Miracle tries to read Zai's movement, but Zai plays the double buff. Bluff keeps moving in a straight line, and the stun's entirely off the mark.
A lot of rotations so far. Matu also pressuring the mid tower. I don't think Kuro solo can stop him. Also, not enough damage on that bottom tower since Miracle moved to the top lane. They don't have that edict.
And hard for, as you say, Kuro to stop. Hard for him to really harass him at all. As with the lifesteal, Matu can always play it safe and heal himself back up to full. Being able to head into the creep out here, weeha is kind of actually shifted. Is it enough? It is.
Yes, it is.
It is indeed. A little too far in Agi, and weeha sneaking around in the trees, catches off matumbaman. At 620 HP, you are not surviving that combo. No stats needed at all, really.
Crowd cheering weeha's name.
They're getting excited.
They want to see more than 3 games. Outposts controlled by each team.
And 10 minutes in, so 4-4. A solid start from both lineups. You've got to watch Nigma and see how they're able to really ramp it up. They have this lineup that's very interesting in grouping up as 5. They have multiple ways to keep their cores safe. This Lesh and OD, they can frontline. Lesh is going to be doing the brunt of the damage to the buildings. This OD consistently trying to hold people back with the Astrals, build up those charges and drop the ults to win the team fight.
And he can go ham. There's 2 saves on Nigma's side. Kanka's combo's not going to be that efficient. This is what I'm afraid of. They're going to mitigate completely cancel every single time they try to go in with the boat and the torrent.
Trying to set up for something top, but these
Dire's
wards
top
from
tower
Nigma
is under
give them
attack.
all the information they need. They know that Puppey's around here to back up Zai. May even be tempted to try and go onto the outer Titan if Puppey gets found alone. Miracle, he's going to head over and start to make a move towards him. And the boost up, there's the Yule setup. They've got the item for the combos. Puppey taken away. Zai, he's got to think carefully about how he disengages. He does have a TP available, but with the OD coming in, he can't really straight up go for the TP.
It's also reload.
A little relocate to send them over. He'll turn towards Miracle, trying to stop any potential with the Yules, but there's still time for the Astral to come in. Miracle, the timing's there. Nisha, has he got the boat to send him to provide him some run? He's not even going to bother. Zai will be left to die. And now Nigma, they may even be able to catch another. The root catches onto Nisha. He's a little too far back. X mark onto Miracle to try and disrupt the combat, but already Weeha. He's across with the setup. Astral onto Yapzor. Nigma, they should have another here. The boat comes flying across. Another Astral into a stun. Yapzor will fall. Nigma, they're turning it up at the same speed that they were in game one, and it's starting to be a little too much for Secret to deal with. And Nigma, they're not even done yet. Up towards the tier 2 Puppey. He's attempting to come across, but they'll Astral him up. Stop him from doing any sort of safety play for Nisha. Nisha will fall. Nigma, they're relentless. They ain't holding back yet. Puppey down as well. As Nigma, there's no stopping them. They'll let Kuroky die. Maybe he can even mess around with them a bit more. He'll false promise himself. He should fall here, but buying time for the rest of Nigma to get out. Miracle did go down. So Secret are able to get a core in reaction to it, and obviously not the plan for Nigma. They did not want to lose their
22
leg.
stacks on OD,
Oh,
who
and he's
has
got
the
ult.
hammer ready.
Oh, watch out.
Silence.
Careful.
Dire's top tower has
Man's
fallen.
going to do a lot of damage. Oh
Dire's
no.
middle tower.
Oh, matumbaman. Goodbye, goodbye.
25.
Goodbye.
580 HP. I don't think he even needed to use the Astral there, but just to be sure, you know?
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom
Even though they're getting all these kills,
Radiant structure.
in terms of network, the game is pretty even, but Nigma can easily explode. They're going to be grouping up with this kind of a lineup, and they're not relying on any kind of cooldowns at the moment.
Nisha, Zai swarm across immediately. They're looking to stable the backline, get this Oracle under control. Yours up from the left, will dodge the boat combo, but they still have the lag there. But there's the jump over. GH with the tether, trying to keep Miracle under
reload.
there. GH perfectly timed with the save. Kuro will fall, but GH keeping his man alive. As Weeha starts to rack up some of those charges here, building it up. Obviously no ult, but the damage will increase. GH is back in, and he will fall
Dire's
for his
middle
efforts to
tower
keep
is
his
under
core
attack.
safe. The 3 cores of Nigma will live. They'll have to back away. Secret will get the space to take down this tier 1 tower.
Secret has an answer. You want to run at us, we're going to bring numbers. All 5 heroes on the mid lane. They also get the tower. Someone should address the problem on the bottom lane. Puppey a bit under-leveled on these heroes. Okay, he got the levels from this, so 3 points in stun, which is going to be pretty much the control in the backline for this Oracle and Dio, if they decide to use the full combo to get a kill. Nisha, I love the build, going for that Heaven's Halberd, extremely effective against OD. Didn't see too much out of mind control, only involved in one of those skills, but he's getting the farm. Help the Dominator to increase the damage, the extra creep as well.
Yeah, keeping himself just a little bit ahead of that, the farmer's Zai. Zai, I believe he should have the meteor hammer done right. Yeah, I think it's just coming out now. So he's got that hammer, he's got that combo. So as long as they can sort of start the fight and find the chance for Zai to offer that follow-up, they will be able to lock heroes down for a long time. The same thing, though, they have to try and find the supports in this combo. Otherwise, Kuro, with false promises, GH with relocates, will be able to keep Nigma's, core safe every single time.
My pubs are ruined. Thank you, Zai. Meteor hammer on Dragonite.
Radiant's bottom tower.
There we go. Farming the wave in style.
Radiant structures are fortified.
He's sitting back, summoning up those meteors. Doesn't even need to hit a creep. It's all done with the power of the hammer. Problem is this game, the hammer of Weeha is going to be that little mightier. Each time the ult's up, Secret have to be wary of how they choose to fight, as Weeha will look to get involved with the help of GH's relocate.
Usually I'm not a big fan of Aghanim Scepter on no deeds, very situational in my opinion, but here where you have 2 extra saves, and that's gonna add 1 more on top of that. The Team Secret, they're gonna need to find and isolate the target that they want to go for, so using these like multiple stuns, try to fake go and then find a different target.
Full mech done for G8, so now no longer having to rely on the relocate alone, just buffing them up with the heal. That's the Aghanim's done for OD. These items coming together for Nigma, they're going to get closer and closer to the point where they're prepared to really try and force Secret back towards the base. They're trying to take away a tier 2 to open up the opportunity to push on heavily on this bottom lane. Zai popping the dragon form in a sort of an attempt to scare them off, and it is working. Nigma have to be very careful about how they continue this pressure. We saw in game 1, mistakes were made. So far, they've been doing a good job of keeping everything to plan. Be careful here now as the stun.
Meteor Hammer.
There it is. The defense.
A lot of save. Meanwhile, Morphix just farming on the mid lane, finding the farm in the jungle. Not even close to that shotgun.
There's the tower taken. Nigma, they want to get as much done as they can before E-Blade's complete on Morph.
They're gonna go for tier 3. They're ready. 4 heroes are here. Someone's pinging it. It's the Brown.
I mean, how...
OD is missing.
They're going to try and make it go on to Zai. Okay, they're not. They're meant to be with the stun. I believe Yapzor's able to break that up a little bit. Zai will be fine. Even if they do get their hands on him, it's still pretty tanky with those stats offered up by the meteor.
Oh, OD, perfect rune. He just picked up the haste so he can rejoin his team. Also, there's still one tier 1 tower on the mid standing. They would want to get that before. Aggression from Nigma.
Making sure no one can leave the base. Trying their best to really assert dominance against Secret.
This ward from Secret near tier 3 tower, they know how Nigma's gonna approach this.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Nigma can get a catch, Nigma. There's the Yules. He is tanky. Can they do it? The boat's going to be coming down, so we'll have that run boat. They'll commit the raw onto Nisha. Puppey's going to be able to offer up a stop from the sidelines. Astro's used the stomp. Catching the 3 of them. Stun up as well. Onto Miracle for Nisha. He's falling low. Can they finish up this Cougar? They can. Nisha will fall. They take away a huge hero from Secret.
They can't chip away any damage on Nigma. They need to, like, I'm not gonna say fully commit because there's a lot of save, but there's no point in harassing them. A lot of save on their side to keep them healthy.
Nigma, no, there's no stopping. They've committed with this draft, they're committed with their items. They are not pulling back away from Secret anytime soon. The push will continue. Fortification used by Secret slows them down momentarily, but Nigma are not going to back away.
He's alone.
He has come far away from the team. They've got to get over to him. They're heading over. Are they going to be able to get her in time? There we have. They do have GH coming in just in time to save him, and now with that backup, they can town. He was right to trust in his friends to be there in time to make sure the turnaround was in place as the Weeha bait cost Zai his life.
They just invaded enemy jungle and they're not letting go. Did I see that correctly? Is Kanka going for Aghanim Scepter?
He had Radiance queued up, but he's changed it, you're right.
I love that. Random torrents so they can find this Oracle and Io in the backline.
Oh yeah, welcome to Water Park. You know, both Morph, he's going to be swimming around, there's going to be waterfalls everywhere. And you're right, a straight torrent, this sort of the range of the ultimate, well, sort of the second ultimate with that Aghanim, it is crazy. It's very likely that one of them will clip an Io or an Oracle trying to get in position, waiting for that time to use a more.
That's a big kill. He got the morph off.
He did get the shift. The rest of Nigma coming across, but Matu is going to start running. Secret immediately heading over to help out their Morphling. They've got to get
please
it quick.
Help me.
Matsu, and he's back up, and he is going to get it. Puppey's around. Astral set up there, though. Can Secret take a fight? Maybe they'll just sort of let Matsu go here. I think they know they cannot really save him. Matsu's falling low. Maybe they can. Both gunners have to be used. He has waveform back up in time. Matsu will live. But Nigma, they're not stopping. They'll look to whoever's next closest to them, and it is Nisha. Set up there, another stun. They do have sanities available if Weeha feels the necessity to pop it, and he won't need to for Nisha. Nisha is gone. Astral control. This Aghanim to land. Weeha to catch target after target as they'll take down Zai incredibly low. Finishing him off, or maybe not. They've got the dukes. Kuro purifying flames time and time again. That magical burst taking down Zai. The 2 cores are gone. Nigma, they're ramping it up. We're seeing the magic that has won them the games that has got them to this point in the tournament.
That's how they've been playing. Group up as 5, force enemy to come, have a lot of damage to toss onto the tower.
Top tower is under attack.
They're still not going for the Roche. They want to take the other tier 2 towers.
And you're seeing smart control play as well from We Are. 4-0-6, yet to die this game. And he's never panicking with the ultimate. He knows how much scarier Nigma are when they have that available. The only time he's going to drop it is when he knows that there's no chance that Secret can defend a further objective. He's going to save that to the point where he knows they can go for a fight and look to push towards the high ground. And with all tier 2s taken, Nigma, they're building up to that. And it definitely looks like they've learned a lot from what they did in game 1. We're not seeing those same mistakes as they had at the start of the series.
And there are no defensive items right now in Team Secret. No BKBs on their cores, which means this hammer will be extremely effective. And I'm not talking about the Meteor Hammer. Full BKB on him in the 500 gold.
Scanning.
They have no abilities that can go through BKB unless they steal Roar, which I don't think you even want to steal considering how much Dispel and Save they have.
Well, Zai. Over they go. Trying to push things out on the top lane. It is, you know, a sort of another day in the office for Zai. Dying once more. But this game round, with the way that Nigma are making so many things happen with each kill they get, you've got to wonder if Zai's going to be able to sort of step back into this game and have impact as a DK. It's not your common offlane hero to do so.
It's a long way until that Aghanim Scepter. This is the Roche Quad that they can't take. They need to buy time on Team Secret as much as they can, have heroes cutting the waves, but it's not going to be that efficient because there's always GH with the relocate and they can easily set things up. Lash with the Boots of Travel, Dual Scepter also ready to defend.
And for Secret, what are they looking for? What is in their mind the way that they turn things around? Are they waiting for that overextension? Are we going to start seeing Secret smoking up and looking to find pickoffs? Is fighting outside on the map their best bet right now?
No, I don't think they want to have any kind of engagement, just buy time. They have good ways of stopping the push. E-Blade is up on Morph. He just used the TP, so Nigma should do something about it to try to force a fight. So he can't be efficient farming on the side lane and TPing back to home.
And We Are. He's heading in. Having that extra cast range with the Aghanims allows him for the setup. Yapzor is stepping forward. The second Astral once again. And a very useful timing gets him in the Astral during the poke, so there's no run buff for Nisha. He is vulnerable. A third Astral, they're closing in onto this Kunkka. Nisha's trying to run. Still not wanting to drop the ult, trying to take him down without it. Nisha will live for that. He's able to TP away as they don't commit the ult. They'll get Matu instead. All right, maybe not a Kunkka kill, but the Morph, they'll take that in turn.
Yeah.
And up to the high ground they go, 23 minutes in. No question about it, Nigma much more prepared to try and break the high ground this time round.
It's a lot of damage once that cliff is down, and the Edict will be ready in a second. 15 charges on the Bloodstone. This Lash does not give us a single damn about any of this gift damage coming out from Secret right now.
Secret, they may just have to let this one go. There's no more 20 seconds. Trying for the combo Zai, but he gets interrupted straight away by the stun. Zai is getting destroyed by the hits of this OD. A discount comes into play by Zai. A little safe as he turns. Dragon Tail and Torrent will stop them from finishing Zai off. But it will not stop Nigma from taking this mid-rack 24 minutes in. The perfect timing for Nigma's lineup, and they are doing it in a way that Secret has nothing to stop them with right now.
If they make one mistake, this game is just over. OD still keeping that ulti, building up the charges. 26 charges on the hammer.
You gotta watch out for that hammer. You really do. And as you say, you know, Zai's hammer is not the one that's providing any sort of scare for Nigma. Zai steps forward, instantly falls low. A couple of hits will do it.
34.
He's probably just gonna die right here as Zai. There's any sort of saving. There is not. Another orb comes through from Weeha, cleans up Zai. No buyback from him. Nigma taking the second rack. As it looks like Nigma, they found a way to punish Secret. They've run this lineup. They tried it in game 1. It came close to success here in game 3. A different draft, but the same idea, and it's working exactly to plan.
Dire's top tower.
They can't take this fight. OD, this game feels over. They misuse. I mean, they're not even using their spells because they can't heavily commit. There's always another layer of save.
Just watching from the tree line.
I mean, you have to try. You need to go, even though you don't have a clear target.
They're going to try and clear out the trees. They've got the setup. Yours onto Nisha. Astral holding back the backup. Secret, can they get any kills to start some sort of a defense? Oh, the BKB's out there.
They're out.
Straight away, 2 core shots, make that 3. It's a triple kill for We. GG is called. This is not going to be a Secret 3-0 today. It's Nigma. They crushed game 3.
The insane crowd gave them their energy. That's what they needed, the jumping hit. We, amazing performance of this OD. I love the Aghanim Center in this situation. They had another save, and building up these stacks, sometimes you don't have to use it. It's just a threat of getting close. Once the hammer is dropped, we've seen
Five seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Team
Right? Just
Secrets
like they
turn to
have
ban.
this Slardar, you have to make use of how like
Dire team ban.
It's okay.
I took your habit of not listening to other people.
Point. You can run away from the Razor. You own
You
the
may now
chance.
select
It's also a
your
one-to-one good
5
matchup
seconds
against the
remaining.
Lifestealer.
You know what's funny though? Slardar is a great core against
In
Slark, so can you run for Underlord? Pick up like a Rod of Atos GH
Hey,
Underlord?
I actually wouldn't mind that. I think that, to your point, I'd rather have my Slardar staying and lane against Slark than an Underlord who it feels like inevitably might become useless. Nigma, if you feel the crowd, they'll have the energy behind them. They can ride that the first 15 to 20 minutes. They take those early towers, they can get a commanding lead. However, Secret into the late game, 30 minutes plus, it starts to really turn in their favor.
Any final words, Cap?
Let's go Nigma.
All right, let's see if we can get that 5th game going then. Odie picks up on the cost. Let's go.
Can't wait for this one, She. We're coming into game 4 now of Nigma versus Secret. What a series we have had so far. A real treat for what has been a real treat of a tournament as a whole. The cost, we've seen the draft. That last pick, Slark, certainly has its sort of ups and the strengths this game. But they do have some potential lane counters that Nigma could run against it.
they could, yeah, they could put the Razor on the off lane against the Slark or Slardar, yeah. And they could put the Underlord mid. They've done that before. Have a Razor on the off lane, mind control, played mid before the Underlord.
Yeah,
even though it's not, if they decide to put Troll on mid, it's still gonna be okay for Underlord. He will get his farm.
Yeah, I mean, you know, with that Slark as a final pick for Secret, what does that sort of say to you from what Secret want to do? Is it very much another game where they say, well, Nigma's going to try and push it us 25 minutes in. We're going to do our best to make sure that they slip up and get this Slark to this point where he has this BKB, feels pretty indestructible, and is able to just carry it to the late game.
They wanted to have a hero who can scale into late game if it comes to that, but also a lane where Slark can beat this Underlord. This beefy hero needs some kind of a counter. I was thinking whether they're going to go for Ursa or Slark. They decided to go for Slark, and they just need to have the lane matchup. They need to be the ones having a better matchup for themselves. Also, it's going to come to that, who takes the first roach. You see Slardar, you see Lifestealer. I think it's a great Deso game for him. Like this minus armor combined from these two.
Yeah, build that pretty much most of the time Miracle will go for. Sure, we saw like the Maelstrom build up earlier this series, but that was in a game where he was significantly behind and felt that he was forced to go for sort of that farming item to catch things up. So if all things go to plan, I absolutely would agree with you. There is going to be the chance that Miracle sticks to that armlet Deso that he's been just so successful with this tournament.
Yeah, one thing they can do is run a tri-lane for Team Secret, put the Darkseer on the top lane, and he just creep skips. Lifestealer will get the free farm, but so will Darkseer. Like, Chen will be the one harassing you, getting a creep, but I don't think that's enough. Yapzor gets the rune. 1, 2, 3 for Nigma.
Yeah, Nigma taking the advantage on the bounty rune pickups. May lose a hero, though, as Yapzor, Matu, and Puppey, they'll look towards Kuro. Kuro trying his best to run away. Yapzor, I believe, still with the spell ready to pop in. There it is. Tossed back into first blood for Matu.
Easy agi. And this combo, if they decide to run a tri-lane, you just go backstab, find a toss, and you see Mind Control already preparing to cut the waves.
Oh yeah, I mean, he knows, right? He cannot really play that lane against the slot. So over he goes. We'll be able to clear up the first pre-wave before anyone gets here, or at least the range troops. Both supports are coming across to try and bully Mind Control away from just having this free wave to start the lane off. Yapzor and Puppey, they'll do their best to mess with him. We'll see how much damage they can do, as they're going to slowly chase him down. Mind Control obviously not able to go for any sort of TP attempt out. Yeah, there's no escape for him. As he has got another Firestorm, he's going to get the second wave in. Will he get it out before he goes? We've got a little bit of damage to the wave.
They're going to deny those creeps.
Yeah, maybe a
Firestorm.
He didn't want to pop. Creeps will be taken away.
And Zai, he got the creep wave near his tower. Nigma GH, there's the bash.
And starting to take the towers though for GH. Careful, and through de-aggros. And Zai will be able to soak up those first few creeps unhindered. But it very much, it has been this bottom lane. Mind Control comes back in, and of course the creep waves meeting here does have to try and draw them away from Matu. It's not going to be easy to do so with those two supports. They're going to constantly be looking for opportunities to allow Matu to get aggressive. It's very vulnerable offlane in the slot matchup.
Mid lane is okay for Troll, of course. Razor has a better matchup, uses that static link, some harassment, dealing the damage, but every single time you use static link, whirling axes, slow him down so he does not get the full drain. Zai will be once again the stack official offlane. We've seen what he can do even without the farm, but we've also seen what Miracle can do when he has this free farm life, farming the jungle and the side camp. I mean side camp and the lane.
A bit of an attempt onto Zai there, but couldn't quite get the fourth hit off the bash in time before the surge is there.
Needs to pull the lane back on the bottom lane so they have this backstab ability with the tiny back toss, and there's a lot of kill potential if they wrap around and have lane in a good position, and that's what Puppey does, just pulls the creep wave.
I mean, both carries with this setup are going to have a great start. Miracle free farming it is. Matu's going to be able to do the same, and maybe farm kills as well. Mind Control tries to step in. Not a safe place for him to be. These three heroes will kill the Underlord very easily. Do so once again in this lane. Mid lane, Nisha. That's going to be wrapped around on GH, coming in for a very early movement. And with the crush, just the bash too. A good amount of damage building up on the static link. These body blocks as well from GH to slow from the plasma field. That will do it. GH running across to the mid lane for an early movement that catches Nisha off guard.
And Zai uses that info, pulls the wave, needs to do something. Not getting too much out of this, but he's 0-0.
Not the sort of expected start as a Darkseer. Not a single CS to be had. There it is. Finally breaks the emptiness, the loneliness up top. As he gets that first last hit. Fortunate for him, other lanes are going great for his teammates. Bottom lane, another death on Mind Control.
They're ruining Mind Control's game. At least he's getting some CS compared to Darkseer. I love what they did. They swapped this Slardar on the top lane so that he has the bash and ability to stop any kind of aggressive play from Darkseers, keeping the creep waves, and having a Shen on the bottom lane. I mean, you gotta lose one of those lanes.
I mean, and some of this CS difference, it's getting crazy. The comparison between the two carries, sure, the kills are there for the Slark down bottom, but top lane, Miracle 34 CS. The mid lane matchup, 18-14 now. That kill has just pushed that advantage for him in so much that he is just destroying Nisha. Nisha cannot come close to the wave. Every single time with that level advantage in the static link, Nisha gets beat back and he's having to slowly sort of catch up, killing neutral creeps. This is not where you want to be as a troll LAL.
Slardar is also causing a lot of issues moving between tier 1 and tier 2 towers, so he can always backstab the mid lane and put a lot of pressure on the Darkseer so he can't get any farm. Darkseer doubled his PS in the last 2 minutes. Getting it to do right now.
Soldier's fortune.
Bounty rune state looks to be, again, 3 bounty runes going to Nigma. They'll take the advantage on the gold. Doing a good job overall on the map, GH. It's going to be up top again, trying to force Zai away from any opportunity of grabbing any sort of creep wave.
Zai would gladly go to his jungle, but this is where Troll lives.
Now, Secret definitely being starved for resources on the top lane and the mid lane. There just are not places where they have the hero composition to secure. They are going to try and do something to help out Zai a little bit top. Yapzor coming in, toss back, will give him the space to take down the courier. So finding some sort of action up here. Miracle will step forward, start to trade onto Zai, forcing him to run away. Puppey's also headed up. They realize how rough of a time Zai is having up here. They want to try and do something to rectify it. Matu with that start can be left alone. They know that the Slark is fine to just try and get that solo XP, get himself closer to 6. But both top lane and mid lane, it feels like Secret, they've got to do something over here, as these lanes are going disastrous.
Boards are not getting any farm at all on both of these teams.
Step over towards DH. DH is going to have We Are over here. Yapzor's got to run. Sturge will save him, but now We Are can turn towards Zai. Zai, he's saved his support, but he cannot save himself because of it. A free, easy kill for Weeha as he just momentarily steps across GH. He's not done. He's looking towards Yapzor, but won't be able to dive any further towards that tier 2. But this mid lane for Weeha, it's entire free farm for him. It's entire free farm for Miracle on this top lane. Razor and Lifestealer are going to be out of control very early this game.
They need to bring 3 heroes to kill Wee on mid. If he gets the static, even if they get the back toss, will get the static link on the Troll, and there's no way you're getting killed. Matu decided to join and end the mind controls live here.
I mean, mind control's got a little bit of a smile. Yeah, there you go. He's having a bit of fun. He knows anytime that Slark turns up, he's done for. The level advantage, Matu with the 6. There's no escape as a poor old level 3 Underlord.
And different approach from Miracle than what he had in game number 2. So he's going for that Desto armlet build, cheap, cost-efficient item on top of Slardar's minus armor. Like, they need to be careful about the Rosh. Once he finishes those 2 items, you lose 1 hero and suddenly Rosh is gone.
Mid lane trying to push Weeha back the best he can, but you see it on the net worth. It really is the state of the game at the moment where Nigma, they just have these 2 cores in a dream spot. Matu, he's in a great place, but there's 2 cores of Secret that have a lot of catching up to do. Both Nisha and Zai. Zai is sat bottom net worth right now as the Starks here. Matu does continue the killing spree up top. We see them get the pick off back towards mid. We are also diving in again, able to kill off Nisha. It's if he can Matu do enough this game to rectify the fault that Nisha and Zai have. He has 2 cores that he uses. Matu has got to carry this game harder than he's ever carried before.
1 more hit will do the trick.
He's 4-0-3.
Permanent charges already. That's a lot. Building that Diffusal Blade, it will cripple Underlord and Lifestealer.
But as I say, he's got to carry phenomenally. It's 8 minutes in. His offlaner is bottom net worth.
If he manages to carry them, someone will need to check his spot.
We're going to need to get him some serious massage therapy after this one. If it is going to be the case, as Nigma, WePlay up. Yeah, it's just messing
He had
with
enough.
Matu's going to turn and have a poke back. Not something he can commit for, though. GH has got friends. Both Kuro and Mind Control are around. Puppey will take it up on himself to go for it. GH won't get in this time to cancel the channeling, as they do manage to take back that outpost as we get closer towards the 10-minute mark.
Can we switch back quickly to the S board to see how many
Radiant's middle
Darks here
tower
got?
is under attack.
14, all right, that's a lot. Slardar's been causing a lot of issues, but he has 0 CS. It's one of those positions for not having any ways of farming, so he needs to either stack or get the kill.
Mid, they're going to try for a play on Weeha here. Quick third force, gets him the opportunity to toss him back. They're looking to burst down Weeha with the verified pop. He does get Ruju. Can they save him? Weeha still alive. Got him. Big kill for Puppey. Up against the 4 of Nigma. Gets him with the Purifying Flames to take Weeha down.
Surge will cause a lot of issues in the mid game. They are lacking control. Slardar is the one, plus the Pit of Malice. That's going to be enough. Also, they have the Razor who's building the Yule Scepter, so that's going to be a big one. The Dispel and the ability to set things up.
But he's
lost another tower.
Very early movements from Nigma. Miracle with this incredible armlet timing. Because of such a free lane he had. Down bottom, Matu. Got to get away from this. Trying to get around so he can pounce out, but GH is blocking him off. The Shadow Dance movement speed will allow Matu to jump away. GH is He's going to continue to chase and mess around with him. Matu trying to stay out of vision to start benefiting from the regen. A TP's going to come down to make sure that he is safe. The Puppey's here. Maybe Matu could look to try and turn. He trades back on to GH. Another crush holds him down, but the root's there from Puppey. Yapzor's hit with the wraparound team. GH will not escape. As Matu, his killing streak continues, I think Secret at this point, they realize they've got to do everything to just propel this Slark's game to another level. He is the one to carry them right now, as both Nisha and Zai, they just have not had a game so far.
When GH played yesterday against the Alchemist, he did the same thing, just following the heroes. So he can't farm. If he didn't give this kill to Slark, it would be so much worse because he's not getting any farm out of the lane. You're just forcing him to do stupid stuff in his own jungle, running away from you. Troll, did you see the item that he goes for? Nisha, being outside a box. Over edge, he wants to be able to break the Lifestealer, Underlord, Razor.
Okay.
Even Slaughter, there's a lot of things to break.
I mean, do you like it? Do you feel if you're behind as a troll, this is sort of Nisha trying to do the big brain play and think how he can best have some sort of an impact as a teammate?
I wouldn't mind seeing maybe a Maelstrom just to speed things up,
Radiant's
but
top
then
tower
always
is under attack.
BKB will be delayed because you're playing greedy.
Oh, smoke up from Secret. Looking to enable some action. This time Zai also joining the two supports to help out Matu find more blood down on the bottom half of the map. Yapzor looking for the lead in his third ball, gets the chance to cross back, they'll catch out GH. Another kill, bed into the mouth of Slark. 6-0-3. Matu, all a Secret standing on his shoulders right now. As Nigma, they have the resources spread perfectly between their safe lane and mid lane. Miracle.
They finish this Teso in 1,000 gold. They go straight into Roche Pit with the Slardar. This is how they've been playing for the last few days. Get that Aegis online and go for tier 3 towers at the 20-25 minute mark.
Yeah, they're in their element right now, Nigma. This is exactly, I mean, this is better, I feel, than how they could have hoped for the game to go. They have got off to such a good start here in game 4. And those objectives, they're going to sort of take themselves with the lineup they have. Secret's got to build towards some way that they can get Matu getting things done really elsewhere on the map. The bottom lane's been secured. That whole area is great for them. I believe his defusal should shortly be done.
It's done.
It's done.
So this will give them the damage. Underlord kind of recovered. He has the same amount of farm as Troll at the moment. That's the difference. You have this Firestorm, which increases your farming ability, especially when you have 4 points in it. They need to be ready for that, Roche. They have no vision hero, but they have a surge. No points in wall at the moment. He should definitely get one.
Just dropping the ball.
Not like that.
Casually hit. Miracle, he's into the creep. Matu has come across, but with a quick rage and a TP, Miracle knows there is nothing to cancel it through the BKB, well, the magic immunity.
That was a tough kill to get. He can always just TP out. You can't stun him when the rage is ready.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And space for Nigma to clean up what's going to be a third tier 1 tower here, 13 minutes in. They are taking over control of the map. Secret really being forced into a position where they've got to think incredibly active with the plays they make. Every move they make around the map with matumbaman, it has to be flawless.
So they don't kill a single tier 1 tower. Set up from Razor.
Straight into the stun combo, and with the corrosive haze, they can find kills so easily now. GH being level 6 just enables these hard right-clicking carries of his to clean up heroes in a matter of seconds.
Secret will need to dodge the fight. If they can get a kill, not on the Lifestealer, this is what you can try to do. Let's see if Troll...
He's come out quite far now, and he doesn't have TP available. It's still on cooldown for 15 seconds. He needs backup. It's heading over. Are they going to be able to get there in time?
Big kill.
I don't think they are. The root's up, and they'll kill him off. Another kill added to the tally of matumbaman, as Weha and GH just cannot get in to punish them in return.
He should be more careful about not having TP ready because there's no items that or abilities that go through Rage TP at the moment.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
As long as he has it, it is the perfect counterplay. 15-minute runes. Again, this time it's even better for Nigma. They pick up at least the three of them. Okay, Secret will get one. It's the same. At both 5, 10, and 15-minute marks, Nigma have claimed the majority on bounty runes. Their gold lead will continue to be very stable here at this 4K advantage.
Look at the creeps. 2 Centaurs, 2 Ogre Frost Mages. That extra armor and the slow coming from it is going to be super efficient against the Troll and Slark. And Yapzor's been involved in 10 out of 12 kills. 0 dead so far. Well, that's going to be the first one, it seems, unless Puppey drops the ulti.
Crushes up the mark. The Ace doesn't quite get close enough. There's actually a bit of a toss forward to try and get matumbaman in position to fight. Weeha looks towards the kill, but the false promise will save Yapzor.
The courier died. That is a full drum and the clumsy net on Slark. Clumsy net on Slark is extremely efficient because you can play the side lane and have a something to stop the TP with. Straight into Roche Pit. Slaughter ulti plus that fresh death. So
correct. Needs a little bit of help outside of it. Actually, with the Centaur there, Matthew can't commit after the Dark Pack 10. Secret know exactly what's going on, but what can they do about it? Roshan already down to half HP. Secret's got to contest this somehow. The wall already dropped. Matthew being forced back. They're trying to get that Shadow Dance out of him early, so he doesn't have it for the potential steal. He won't need to use it. Heals up from Puppey, keep him safe. As Matthew's just going to try and work for the timing. He's looking to get in at the exact time needed. Nigma will step back. They don't want to bring Roche close to the point where Secret could get a potential steal off. They'll smoke up and look to try and get a kill before returning.
Huge wave approaching on the bottom lane,
Zai.
but you can't really leave.
He steps a little too close. He just requested there. That's all that's needed to take out Zai. He'll be used up. Surge does not save him at this point of the game. They're a man down. And that
time to back off. Yeah, there's no way they fight here. No Oracle ulti, no Dark Hero Wall. Someone should farm that bottom lane. A lot of XP and gold.
Dire structures are fortified.
Everything continuing to go to plan for Nigma. This style of play that they've been very successful with. People wondered if it would be enough to cut it against Team Secret, and they're showing us here for effectively the third time. Sure, they didn't win game 1, but this early game that they play seems very strong against the style that Secret tries to bring.
Oh, nice positioning.
Will be removed immediately. G8 is trying to head across to help out. The link's there, so Matthew has to split. Pounces away. Puppey will be left.
It was a tough kill to get. Chen comes close, uses the mech, also had Hand of God ready. There's no way you burst it down. Cut the waves. That's the plan right now for Team Secret because they can't take this fight.
Bringing over towards mid. We are, of course, with that ample catch ready to start things off. Secret, they've constantly got to keep at least one support by matumbaman's side. And any sort of death on this slot right now will be incredibly painful. They are buying time. You see Nisha, his recovery is certainly there. He's just about caught up to the farm of Weeha. Mid lane to play, attempts to be made, but both the toss back and the back won't be there. Matthew can still dive in. There's a chance for the static link to come off. They're trying to split, and he's looking to get immediately back in there, but he's too deep. Or is he? Matsu.
Right now, they're just trying to delay push, force any kind of rotation from Nigma to cancel that push coming on the tier 3 towers, and they stopped them.
Radiant's bottom
coming back in towards the mid lane, Matthew. Gotta play careful. Star packs in a jump, gets him out of the pit. An itemization. Diffusal straight into the Aghanims. An excellent item on Slark, and particularly so when you're playing against Razor.
He wants to be able to go in and out, so Oracle ulti can be used on a different target. Troll still split pushing on the top lane. I want to see the item on Troll. Did he actually decide to go for that? No. Yeah, he went for the farming item. Yeah.
I mean, you're right. If he did go for sort of the Shadow Blade Silver Age, that would have been incredibly all-in from Nisha.
And you're playing against Lardar, so they will have the vision on you. They put down the second ward, so your main build is not going to be that effective. He might still swap back to that after he gets like a beat.
And we do, continue to see, if this game does slow down to in any sort of way, Nisha's farm, it is going to overtake. They may find a perfect setup onto him, though. They've headed over to this half of the map where Nisha been getting away with quite a lot for quite some time. The link's there onto Nisha. See the wraparound from the squad, trying to get on top of the support. Matsu's been separated from the squad, pounces down and TP's out. He'll make it away, but Puppey, Yapzor, Nisha, they're still caught in the fight. Chase back, jump forward, Yapzor winds the combo with the burst heals there, and Miracle will now turn onto Nisha. False promise from Puppey will save him, but Puppey, he'll lose his life for this as GH bashes him up. Nisha is able to get the TP out in time.
They only got...
Oh! It wasn't enough heal in the fountain.
There's a lot of damage before that. I thought he was going to survive.
Yeah, maybe could have invested in a salve and got it going. I felt like it
And your salve was very fired.
Yeah.
Just to be sure that you're not dying.
Radiant's middle tower
dead in the fountain. Nigma, they'll look to get back on to taking these tier 2 towers with the troll dead and gone for 30 seconds.
Radiant's middle
20 minutes in, they're ready to go high ground.
Radiant
Here we have it once more. Nigma, they've set up perfectly to push on. And Secret, what have they got ready to defend? Yapzor attempts with a jump in, but he instantly gets rooted. They try and get him back to safety. A 4-star will split him from Nigma. He'll live for the tier 3 tower. Nearly taken out. Fortification buys it a little bit of time, but Nigma, they're not going anywhere. GH steps in for a cheeky slap onto Zai. As the tier 3's down, Nigma onto the barracks at 21 minutes in. Nisha's back in the game. How can they hold? Send out the axes. Miracle just rage. Popped. He stands tall. He's still got that Aegis, so nothing to worry about as Nigma, they claim the first melee racks 21 minutes in. It's all going to plan once again for them in game 4.
They got what they came for. Melee racks is Aegis still up and running for a minute, I believe. And full BKB on Razor. But once again, they don't have an ability that goes through magic immunity. All pieces coming together for Nigma. Mech on Chen, pipe to mitigate any kind of magical damage, so Tiny's combo will not be as efficient. He does not have a clear target in this game.
And with the Aegis, Nigma can just get so much done right. I mean, is there anything you feel that they're scared of, you know, that would stop them from going the high ground again? It feels like Secret, they're just not prepared. They're not ready at this stage.
They're not ready yet. They can try to backstab, take out the Chen first, so any kind of healing is used just to keep himself alive. Aegis is gone.
They weren't able to hold mid. Can Secret do anything to put a stop to this speed that Nigma's playing at? Matsu is looking to try and get in the backline. Yapzor jumps in, looks to combo that Kuro, and Matsu's on target. But the Ogre off Frosthammer is keeping Kuro tanky. Shadow Dance is committed early. How are they going to chase the Matsu's around and will be able to pass out of Nisha. Gets in, finally finishes off Kuro. They've got the support kill. But Nisha, they've got to get him out of the
Where is it?
He pops the ult, then he spins around and they have to try to protect him. They can stun him up, lock him down. Nisha will surely fall as the ult ends. A final rules up into the air, throws him down to his death. As Nigma, they'll up to the high ground. Matthew will be kept alive just in time, but the false promise will get back to base, but there's no safety for Zai. Zai's to fall. GH over towards this Oracle. It's crumbling for Secret. It's falling apart. They need something incredible right now, and Yapzor will find his dive. They get the catch on Weehaw. What more can they go for? Miracle, he's still not done. He's just diving his straight.
He's out of mana, but 21 charges.
He's draining the remainder of that mana, but he's caught in the pit. Matthew's just dead. Triple kill for Miracle. As Nigma, they are going nowhere. They're staying deep inside Secret's base. A vacuum will pull back the 3 of them, but the damage continuing to be done to Secret.
You can't man fight once you have that corrosive haze on it. Too much minus armor.
GH is just straight in. Matsu trying to commit, but the stuns are holding down his advances. Shadow Darts once again being used by Matsu, but is only in an attempt to escape. The mid lane racks get cleaned up. The bottom racks do still stand. Yapzor, another toss back. They have to get a kill out of this, but GH, he finds the perfect setup there thanks to Yapzor for a 3-man crush. Miracle immediately forces Yapzor to get out. Zai has to use the surge to save him.
They're still kiting. But if they lose 1/2 heroes here, they have no buybacks. And Miracle just decided to hit the rack. The arm pops rage.
And they're taking it. They're taking this melee rack. There is no back in the right now. Or maybe there is. The melee racks are still there. They're going to try and hit it. Secret go forward. But the BKB's up on Weehaw. Forward he goes. Straight away looking at Matsu now with the life stealing inside. And they do want to reset. Nigma, they're going to respect Secret. They won't overcommit for the melee racks. They do not want to make any sort of mistake.
A lot of illusions from that wall, but they're gonna go back in full HP. Also, they have Underlords to bail them if something goes wrong. Underlord itemizing to mitigate any kind of physical damage right now. Vanguard getting that Crimson Guard after that He's way too tanky to kill, so he stands in front of their face with a bit of malice.
He goes once more.
That's the storm.
Disarms very hard, so Moti's ready to play around, but much harder for Secret as they're too far behind. It seems 12k down right now, 25 minutes.
That's what they want to do. Go in, try to force any kind of item, any kind of ability. Puppey was forced to use ulti on himself, and that's what Nigma wants.
We go again, Secret. They're trying to get in, but they're immediately forced back. This melee Rex finally goes down. They have the full 5-man alive, pretty much the entirety of their ults available, but they still cannot do anything to stop Nigma coming in and taking these barracks from underneath their noses.
It was like planned for Nigma. Always seems so easy. We're gonna have a Miracle free farm, get that Deso pretty much, even though Weha has a lot of farm in this game and has done a ton of work. We get that first Rosh, build up the advantage until there's a second Rosh up. Now they have the lane presence from these mega creeps. So lanes are gonna be pushed in, which allows them to take the second Rosh much easier.
And just everything, these auras, the frost armor, the Kuro's constantly giving out to his teammates from the Ogre. Makes it so hard for Secret to really get any sort of fight in. They're going to try to get around, catch them on the back lines, in they come, there's the back to wall combination down onto mind control Kuro. They're seemingly just still too tanky. He's getting on by Weha. He gets him with the static link on the Nisha. Miracle just forced to shy away, but Zai is under the trees. He'll turn over towards Puppey, makes sure there's no safety to offer. They've lost Nisha, they've lost Yapzor. It's a double kill for Miracle. They're going to tap her right now. GG is called, and Lacoste, we are getting that game 5.
And that's what we wanted. We wanted to see these two teams play at the highest level, and the Nigma, they stepped up. They might look like they have one strat, but if it's working, don't change it.
No,
in the previous game, they forced Lifestealer to try lane against him, so he did not get that much farm. In this game, he was having the freest game of his life, you know?
Yeah, and you cannot understate what they're doing. This is something that people have said, oh sure, you know, Nigma, they're able to play to these timings against some of the teams that they...
Team Secret's turn to ban. Dire team ban. Team Secret's turn to ban. Dire team ban.
They're up against Team Secret, the major champion, and it is close. At the moment, it looks like Nigma might be able to reverse sweep Secret if they don't come with an answer. I'm here with Kyle, I'm here with Cap, and we're going to discuss the 5th game of the series.
I recall a lot of Secret chants earlier.
Yeah.
And I feel like
they
fans have been won over by the fact that Nigma have forced the game 5.
Yeah.
They said they're
they're cheering Navi now.
Oh, they were cheering for them before because they're like, we just want to see more Dota. But now they're in game 5, and it's like, you gave us extra Dota, now just go win the whole.
Whoa, we are in the draft. We got Snapfire coming out. For Secret, they still ban out the IO. Morphling left in the pool, important to note. And Slardar banned.
Team Secret's turn to ban.
Hey!
This is great. So look, welcome to Grand Finals meta, right? Like, we're talking about narratives. Like, imagine if this is a 3-game series, right? Think about what the community is going to be saying. Again, Nigma chokes in the finals. What's Kuro doing with the drafting 2 games? But now, all of a sudden, they pick that Wisp a 3rd time. They win that game. They win another. All of a sudden, the reverse sweep is a possibility. And
Dire
really
team
cool
ban.
idea. It is incredible.
And I'm gonna do
Winter Wyvern, a lot of damage you can dump into the Chronosphere. I see Pango, I'm instantly going, well, it's not a Bloodseeker game. Is it a Void game? It's a Void game, yeah. Let's go for that.
It's really good against the Lifestealer. Yeah, you have the SD, but he gets chronoed with anybody. Both heroes die. Nigma will have the superior team fight, and they have all of the answers. It's going to be up to Secret to just create enough chaos to win skirmishes and then take fights guerrilla style. You want as much space as possible. You get clumped up in a choke point, that's when you're going to get punished. And Nigma traditionally do very well when they're able to play in this manner of waiting for you to come to them.
At the same time, I think tier 1 teams, I've noticed something, the best teams, when they have a very open playstyle and they can perform a lot, when they do some sort of tempo shift in the middle of a series, it's particularly effective. Right? You just naturally get into a lull, a tempo, where you're feeling out what the enemy is doing, and Team Secret here are very obviously pushing the pace to an amount that we haven't seen them do so far in this series. So it may just catch Nigma a little off guard.
Yeah, you look the damage output of Secret's heroes with just the early XP, right? Level 6, level 7, they all have multiple spells that deal damage. Literally every hero on this team. Nigma, your support duo, very powerful in the late game, not nearly as much in the early. If I'm Secret, I gotta take as many fights as possible early, rune control, outpost control, and just smash Nigma. Otherwise, I think you're losing this after 30.
All right, the roles are the way you expect them as well. Question is, I just need a yes or a no. Reverse sweep.
No.
Maybe.
A yes or a no?
Kyle, come on.
I plead the... I'm just kidding. I think...
I think that's enough from Kyle right now. Let's hear more from what he picks for Lacoste for Game 5 of this Grand Finals.
It's time, ladies and gentlemen, to get into that Game 5. And I can't wait, Lacoste. We've had a real treat of a series so far between Nigma and Secret. This Game 5 coming up, and we continue to see adaptation from both teams. A Shadow Demon out of nowhere. It's going to come into this final Game 5. Both teams changing it up. Void's going to be brought back in for this final game from Team Nigma as that last pick. What's sort of your reactions to this draft, Lacoste?
Nigma definitely have better late game and setting things up for Faceless Void. Star with a good Winter Wyvern ulti, and I don't think it's that good of a tango game. You're playing against Faceless Void, against Wyvern, who can act... Well, what do we have here? UA, all right. JJ with the heart. It was not a potato. It looked like a heart.
Yeah, it wasn't always the best at art, JJ. But here we have it, getting into this game. And what a game this is going to be. I can feel it already. In terms of what the plays are going to be, they do have ways to play against the Chrono, right? Miracle's got to be very careful with how he uses them in the team fights. They have disruptions to reach him from outside. You could get caught by a straight swashbuckle, blocking the disarm. And of course the Snapfire. If they don't catch the Snapfire, Mortimer's Kiss is raining down, makes it kind of hard for Miracle to commit before he has BKBs. But there are definitely other strengths that Nigma can use to run against Secret heroes.
Shadow Demon will be the key hero, in my opinion, here. His positioning, either saving that disruption for Faceless Void ulti or for Wyvern ulti is going to be crucial.
The battle begins.
Ready, trying to get up in and stealing that rune from Secret, but Puppey holds back GH with a disruption. The rune split will be an even one to start this one off. Oh, actually, no, I say that. Nope. Once again, Nigma, they did a better job of it last game, just being able to secure the majority of runes multiple times against Secret. We'll get ourselves into the lanes. Weeha up mid against Nisha's Tiny. Last game, Weeha had this considerable matchup where he had such an advantage. This time around, I imagine things are going to be much more even, right?
Depends who rotate. Dog back from Tiny is always a pain in the ass, an easy way to get a kill on the mid lane. Most of the teams prefer to have Snapfire played as position 5. We're gonna Yapzor. I don't think the hero scales with the items. A lot of harassment on Zai already.
We'll be interested to see what Yapzor will do with it. I mean, we've seen the hero now, what, in 3 different positions. 5, 4, and 3.
He was the worst one.
Did win the game, though, didn't it? I think the game that Nigma did it, yeah, because it was the game where Miracle's on Medusa. So it didn't look impressive in itself, but hey, it won a game. So creativity with the Snapfire in different roles certainly worked.
Still feels like you're position 5 with just one extra item.
See deep here, GH is being chased around by Puppey. Puppey.
Nicely done. He cancels the creep wave pool he tried to go for. Now creeps will get her around. Maybe the tower will kill them.
That'll be first blood. Straight in with the level 2. He can chase with the bash. Kuro's Arctic Burn is enough to set up. As Miracle starts his lane off to perfection, there is a swashbuckle available for Zai, so Zai cannot be chased, he'll live. Salve up as well, gets him back up to full HP. But you've got to be careful. You give Miracle any sort of a good start, and you have to have answers for this Void down the line.
Half of the crowd was cheering Nigma, while other half was cheering Secret, so you could hear Sigma. Basically, they were cheering for Sebs and Stochka's whole team.
Yeah, back in the day, Sigma in. We've had a few old teams sort of being a bit made a mention of here. Of course, a lot of Na'Vi chants as always, in always good vibes from the crowd locally. Do like the memes. It's mid lane. So here's for the moment 30-2, 9 for 2. A little bit of an edge for Weehaw so far. The Wanderer unable to use the stuns to really out CS him. And top lane, so he's already used the swashbuckle. Miracle could just proceed to chase. And Kuro, he's actually going to be the one to take the kill with the Splinter Blast. Doing a very good job of securing a really nice lane for Miracle. The sort of the aggression that this wipe could offer. Mid lane, Weehaw run down Nisha a bit. Diabolic Edict taking him down low. In terms of regen, Weehaw has got a salve ready, so he'll be able to stay in lane. Whilst on the side of Secret, Nisha, he's going to have to take the walk back to base. So more time where Weehaw's going to climb ahead in that advantage in this 1v1.
Already 2k net worth advantage with the 3 bounces picked up at the start. They're controlling the game. Puppey just fooling the bottom lane. Matumbaman can't really fight against the Kuros, even though both of them are melee.
We'll have the way of coming in under his tower. We'll see if Mind Control can do anything to mess with him whilst the momentum's in. Nice and deep, and yeah, will indeed get some CS. Even in that situation close to Secret's tower. Top lane, another attempt onto Zai. Zai, every time he swashbuckles, he will be chased. A bit of a block off, so Miracle can wait out the disarm. Zai, he's got the movement speed to get away. The Splinter Blast is coming across, but the cookie will separate him. The cooldown of those early levels of Time Walk a little too long, so Miracle cannot chase on. Zai will be saved this time.
Can't really get a solo kill on this Flash. He needs kind of a backup so they can back toss into the tower play.
You see on the bottom lane, each time Matthew tries to get aggressive with the rage, it puts Puppey in trouble. The damage here with the right clicks of this Centaur will take him down. Matthew, can he get a trade onto Mind Control? A couple more hits will do it, but GH, some cute body blocks.
I think GH is the best body blocker in the world, besides No Tail. It looks like they're stunning.
Oh, yeah.
That's how good they're at blocking. Every single time, Zai uses Swashbuckle, Miracle, Time Walks, and gets a Bash proc.
GH taking quite a beating here, as he'll try and dodge this one out, but the stacks of poison are coming in. Not quite enough to burst him, but the right click will finish it. Finally pushing GH out of the lane, giving matumbaman a bit of breathing room to return to farm. 5-minute runes come in, but Kuro, he's already over, taking it away from Yapzor. As again, Nigma getting the majority of the bounty runes. It seems to really be an objective that Secret struggled to keep their hands on against Nigma. They're doing an excellent job of prioritizing them.
They're pushing the lanes and having a hero who can easily rotate, and right now that's a hero with the stun, so you can't really compete against that.
Over to the mid they go. Jump in with the Snapfire cookie, but Weehaw too tanky for the two of them to take. Kuro will be here as well if Weehaw needs the assistance. Splinter Blast comes into play. Nisha's falling low. He's got to back away from this.
Even if he lands a stun, it's not a kill. Tiny still had the Fairy Fire to work with. Zai with the disarm. This lane, a lot of RNG involved, whether you get a bash or a disarm proc.
Already 6 minutes, a 2k lead for Nigma. Very similar to start to what we saw them end up with in the lanes in both game 3 and 4. As bottom, Matu He's got to be careful. Once the 6 is there as well for mind control, this is certainly a lane where it's very hard for Secret to play aggressive in. The safety will be there. I mean, not only for this lane, every single other lane, Stampede will do an excellent job of separating Nigma's heroes from that of Secret. It's mid lane, they'll get the kill this time. Nisha stepping up far too aggressively whilst Kuro is still there, sat behind Weeha to help him out. Bottom lane, they're going to go in onto matumbaman. Matu's got to run, he's got stick charges, and Yapzor will come through with a scatter blast. Shoots into the face of Mind Control. Mind Control's just going to try and chase down Puppey. A disruption holds him in place. GH tries to stay on target. Puppey's coming up, there's the chrono. In they go. He's so low on this life stealer, he cannot survive this at all. As they are playing fast once more. Nigma doing what they can to just suffocate Secret in these early stages.
They got the free farm on Faceless Void, which means that his lane was really good. So he got all the XP in the world, rotates to the bottom lane, gets a kill on the lifestealer. He didn't get the last hit, but still, a kill is a kill.
And we saw there in the mid lane exactly what happened to Nisha. Saw an opportunity, or at least he felt to go in and look for Kuro. But we are ready and waiting to turn things. These mistakes very costly as Secret continue to fall further and further behind. Bottom lane, Stampede choose Nigma. They know that with their advantage, they don't need to save the Stampede for defensive means. They can continue to play as offensively as they have been in the last 2 games to make sure that they can do their best to ensure that Secret struggle to get ahead anywhere in the lane. Spike Carapace comes out, Zai needs a couple more right clicks. Puppey, he's not messing around, he'll turn up and take the kill. Back in the river, Nisha tries for the burst combo on Kuro, it's not enough yet. Kuro can walk it off.
He's under-leveled on Nisha because of that bad laning stage that he had against the last rack, so no kill even on the position 5 here.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
The difference in mid just getting bigger and bigger. Weeha close to having a 1k lead. Up against Nisha's Tiny.
Radiant's bottom tower has
Top Puppey continues to roam around, trying to find some action. He's got his eyes on Mind Control. They know that Stampede's unavailable. Still hard for them to dive the tower.
And with this kind of a build on Tiny, you can't really farm. You want to get the kills, you want to rotate. No points in tree grab at the moment.
Let's see what they can do. Let's see if any TPs come in for Nigma immediately as soon as Nisha shows. Triple TPs are coming into play. Secret, they've got to really think about if they want to hang around for this one, as Nigma are going to be more than happy to fight this. Disruption will hold back one of them, and GH and Mind Control chase on forward. Matu, he's trying to go for the kill on Centaur, but he hasn't got the damage at this stage of the game. We are charging in, looking for some sort of a setup in the trees. They've stunned on Matu. Matu's falling low. They do get the kill onto Mind Control, but Miracle's over. Looking for the bash, won't find it onto matumbaman, but it doesn't matter. The AoE damage from Weeha, it's 2-1 for him to deal with at this moment in time. Double kill for the Lightning Pony, and Weeha will finally pop Puppey, able to lay down the poison, get the kill. It's 2 for 2 right now, but Nigma's not finished. A third kill.
We had 10 heroes at top lane for 10-minute mark. I don't believe I've seen this before. Both of these teams trying to win. This is the 5th game, and it's a 5k network lead for Nigma at the moment.
Look at Miracle. The chrono, as soon as it's back, he lays it down and claims another life. 3-0-5 on the Void at just 9.5 minutes in.
Way too farmed at the moment. We'll have full full Maelstrom in next minute.
You're seeing just the difference in the GPM on these cores. Secret across the board, all 3 falling behind. They just haven't been able to find these situations to make plays. They're looking for Mind Control. Mind Control has got Stampede available. As it is, Puppey, he'll go for the disruption. Have they got anywhere near enough damage to take him down before he pops it? They have not. Mind Control can run to the trees. TP backup's coming in. Nisha, he cannot chase this. In fact, he's got to be very, very careful himself to get the initial connection with the Arctic Burn. Mind Control's turning, trying to get on top of target. Look for the stun through the trees, won't quite have the range. Nisha needs to run back. Matu is here. The Splinter Blast is there to slow him down. Nisha tries to turn with the combo, but it's bought time for Mind Control to get him. The stun's there, and Nigma just moving around as a unit and giving Secret no ability to get back into this game.
Secret did not get the outpost. They were chasing this Centaur, so they did not get the XP. Both of the supports were level 5, but Yapzor bought the book. Now he's level 6. The problem is, who do you play with? Like, you need some kind of a setup, and no one besides Tiny is giving him that.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Down the bottom lane, they go. Miracle playing aggressive once more. Puppey, he can only hold back one with the disruption. Slow mana, Miracle not going to want to dive any further towards the high ground. able to keep themselves cool, settle for tier 2s, or at least fighting outside of the base. They may be ahead, but not ahead enough to go towards high ground. Mind control. Goes for the stun. They don't want to follow up onto Zai, as he has got Rolling Thunder prepared to turn.
Huge difference between these two carries. I mean, Miracle ready to rotate, ready to fight even with these items, but the Lifestealer still farming his. That's a full Maelstrom done.
You see how aggressive Nigma are playing, even without sort of the big timings of the Chronosphere, because of how far ahead they are right now. Mid lane, setups there from GH. They've found Nisha, Splinter Blast combo, brings him down low. Wear's going to go straight towards him. Puppey's trying to get in, getting close. A toss back will throw GH back, but they can still move in. The multiple misses will begin to rain down from afar to try and turn things around. But Yapzor stops, because he needs to cookie up Nisha, and he will manage to save. Tiny will live. Zai rolls forward, but Weehi's duking it up. Nisha's looking for Miracle. He's got Chrono in 5 seconds. They have to be aware of this timing secret, as Miracle will be ready to turn. They get Zai. Zai overcommitted, could not finish up with that. He goes. There's the Chrono. As Nigma, they're ready to turn this into even more bloodshed, but Secret 2 dead. Puppey is attempting to run. So they want to go further. They'll play it cool, Nigma. They're more than happy with killing off 2 cores of Secret once again.
How Miracle played in the past few days, I'm kind of surprised that they didn't chase for that kill. Chrono was ready in a few seconds, and he landed the perfect one, even though they just got 1 kill out of it. Wyvern still did not use his ulti, so that's their save. If they feel threatened, always good to have.
We're back here once again, this 12-minute timing where Nigma's taking down tier 2 towers. Secret, they're going to come in with the TPs, but we are times it perfectly. They'll follow up with a Whostock. Defensive disruption, trying to hold back mind control and save Nisha. They'll go with the swashbuckle, they'll bring down the center. On the side, Puppey will fall. GH focuses down the Shadow Demon. A TP out.
TP out.
The cookies. Not quite in time.
They're still chasing Nisha, but the defensive ulti. So far away from his Blink Dagger. Going for this kind of a budget Blink Dagger build where you go for phase boots and an extra Vindlay so you can close the gap.
Many times he shows it's not very safe. Lots of heroes that can turn around, even just sort of GH walking into the combo with a Spike Carapace can easily set up the rest of Nigma to come in and kill him. I mean, for Secret, looking at their heroes, what's their best bet? Who are they best set on fighting around? Who's the hero that's closest to being somewhere where he's prepared to fight into Nigma's lineup?
It's Tiny. They need to burst down people. Wyvern is the one you want to look for. Also, Pangolier. He's easy to be on point.
Yes.
With the godlike sun.
It couldn't be any better than that. Could not be any better than that. GH just opening up from the trees.
This Lifestealer, he needs so much time to recover, even though he's at the middle of network starts. I feel like it's still not enough.
Radiant's bottom tower.
This is one of the reasons why Snapfire isn't played much as position 4. You still get the same feeling. Like your ult is not going to do any more damage. With that 1 extra item, it was like the same hero.
Zai. It's got the Thunder, but they have this setup. Curse into the stun from Weeheart. Zai, he cannot get out in time. Just losing hero after hero, Secret. Nigma up 16-5. The gold lead just continuing to grow. Nisha has been spotted out by GH. Will be close to the tower, and GH, he's got the backup coming in. Nisha seems to be aware, though, a TP out will get him away from this whole movement in time. And they've got to be worried once more. Miracle, Chronosphere's back up.
Again, they're controlling the bounty runes, choking them. Look at the vision that they've set up. They see all 3 lanes. So any kind of movement from Team Secret will be revealed unless it's a smoke gank. How do you even gank? That's the problem. Like, not have a Blink Dagger yet, and this is gonna delay it.
Miracle's in. Won't have immediately enough damage on his own, but it buys time. GH is there with an easy follow-up. Nisha's items put on hold for another 30 seconds, as he just cannot find the space to head out. As you said, Nigma's way of controlling the map when they're ahead, it's just flawless.
Usually it's the Lifestealer who's more farmed than Faces would in these kind of matchups, and you get that Heaven's Halberd before him, so you kind of cripple him, but it's not the case in this game.
Secret, if anything, they've just got to try and play towards maybe hoping that Nigma make mistakes. As in the river. Opening up to GH, Rolling Rays, keeping a little bit of safety. They've also got the curve. The remainder of their Rolling Thunder will be put to an end. They could turn and they'll just kill offside. Rage is popped from matumbaman as it has to be a Rage and a runaway. As he is not ready to fight. He's got to leave this area. They're chasing though.
Kuroky interrupted.
Mid-Cookie puts the stuff to the digestive system or the whole system of Yapzor. He's just dead and gone. There'll be a buyback from the Snapfire. They're trying their best to turn this. Can they get anything out of this? They'll look towards Weeha. Weeha's on the run. Cold Embrace heals him up. They have the magical damage. The kisses will do it. And now they'll turn to giving a kiss to Kuro as well. Double kill for Yapzor. The buyback pays off. And Secret are able to finally take down a couple of members of Nigma.
They got the 2 kills, but look at the damage on tier 2 tower. Miracle with a couple of right clicks plus a siege creep. Also, they can't get anything out of this. They don't have the lineup that takes the roast quickly.
GH is tripping them up so hard.
Oh, missed the body block.
They're going to have time walk back up and again. One bash is double do with the cookies in place. Matu will be safe. This is out. Initiation onto Centaur. Zai thinking about the Rolling Thunder. Doesn't want to commit whilst the entire team is not ready to go. Matu is having to step back and heal up. He wasn't prepared to fight this. Puppey trying to go for the D-Wall. Kuro's going to put a stop to it. Nigma trying to chase towards him, back towards mid. Zai nearly getting caught out once again. We'll be able to swatch before the stun combo comes into place. He gets the Rolling Thunder out and he'll be able to roll out. Nothing else to catch him through that magic immunity. Zai will disengage safely.
Nigma playing so aggressive, 5 heroes mid, 15 minutes in. I'm not sure they can take Roche that quickly, but if they kill 1 or 2 members, they should be able to take it in the next few minutes.
Yeah, especially with the farm that Miracle's got completed. Mjolnir already before this 18-minute mark.
Late Blink Dagger on Nisha.
Secret just cannot afford to go out alone. You see that they're playing entirely scared and around this tiny. They've got to stick as this 5-man unit, otherwise Nigma, you know, GH's movements in particular, they will come in to set up these plays that the Nigma have done so many times so far this game 5.
Usually you see your position
is under attack.
for Nyx Assassin with the Russian Meteor Hammer. Not the case here. Racers and into 4-step against the Life Healer, against the Tiny. That's going to be extremely effective.
This is what happened when you go out alone. No, Puppey has to. He's trying his best to get some ward control back on. Bottom lane side goes for the TP. Miracle will be more than happy to drop the chrono to keep this game in their favor as Zai will fall. Nigma can get back on to pushing in these lanes, look towards more tier 2s, and they're getting closer and closer once again at just 19 minutes in to the point where they're nearly ready to start threatening high ground.
No answer from Team Secret. These are not the heroes that want to play from behind. It's a 19 Blink Dagger, and he's about to die.
As soon as he picks it up, he's punished. He'll turn, try and toss them back, but there's too many heroes for him to throw away from himself. Nigma just really getting into their element over the last 3 games of this series. And Secret, they're getting shaken up. This is a team that's having to try and pull themselves back up after losses, and they're struggling. A team that's been very used to just winning every single game, but Kuro, his idea is to play from his team. It seems to have broken Secret down to a point where Nigma, they're just beating them 3 times in a row right now.
Radiant's middle
So much. There's no way to initiate a gank. Now there's a Blink Dagger on Tiny, but who do you play with?
To mid, Weeha. He's a little separated from the rest of his team. An opportunity for Secret arises. And they do it. Cold Embrace is going to come out. Sky opting just one quick on here for more as they do look for something greater than 1 hero. They'll get 2. Weeha and Kuro are gone. Secret can now maybe try and find an objective themselves. They're pushing in on this tier 1 mid. Without these 2 heroes, unlikely that Nigma will try and defend. GH does still head forward with the Vendetta to scout things, but there's no Chrono, no Stampede. So Nigma won't turn up for this. And Secret, they get themselves a little bit of breathing room. They will be able to do some damage. Talking about damage, Miracle's got a DD. In fact, Chrono is back up in a second. They've got 2 heroes down. Miracle could still look for an opportunity to stun.
He's waiting for left.
The DD does wear off. But that Chronosphere could be the setup they need. GH heading forward, looking for the vision, but they have Sentry down on Secret. They know that GH is eyeing things up. They know it's so likely that he's trying to set a vision for any sort of fight. So Secret will retreat. They'll back away.
You do not want to initiate with Faceless Void Chrono. If there was an opportunity in the previous fight, if they revive, he will gladly do it, but they need to find this disruption. Like, they need to find... Okay.
He steps forward, trying to clear the way. Can they save him? A cookie comes out, it's too late. Nisha, feeling that Nigma may have backed off in that defense, and Miracle's going in. He was thinking about going for the Chrono, but for Yapzor alone, he knows it's not worth it, not needed.
Need to find Shadow Demon. Get rid of that disruption. Cookie, stop the push, deal some damage.
21 minutes in, another tier 2 being taken. Zai trying to get what he can whilst the map is split up. He's pushing in that top lane.
Tower has fallen.
Both Zai and Nisha, though, falling behind. I mean, Zai, he's trying for the TP out, but
Oh, that was a bit greedy.
Went for the Vendetta hit.
Even if he got the stun, I don't think they get a kill. There was no Nigma members around, and now they go into Roach Pit. It's still up.
Secret's heading straight over. Well, say they're heading straight over. Actually, with the smoke, they don't seem aware of this. They're actually
straight over to the bottom lane.
Yeah, not towards Roche. Nigma's gonna have this one for free. Not even a look in from Secret, as they do not have the read. They do not have the idea that Nigma's doing this. As Roche is taken, Aegis on Miracle.
Has been killed.
He's 5-0-8, he hasn't died yet this game. They've got to do it twice. It's going to be so hard. With that Aegis and with the backup that he's had from his teammates, cold embraces, curses, stampedes. Multiple ways that Nigma have been able to make sure that this game has been so safe for the Miracle Faces Void.
Damage mitigation from mind control is just too much in this game. Building towards Crimson Guard, they might have built as he did on the Underlord.
No, he's
not afraid to pop that ulti.
He's not. Miracle, every single time there's an opportunity, he'll drop it. I mean, when you have a lead like this, you know that a Chrono on one hero, if you're just able to push their lineup down to 4, it's so hard for the remaining 4 heroes to do anything with how far behind they are. Mid lane, TH mind control, run down Puppey. Matu, he'll get the rage off. Pops it smartly to make sure GH doesn't clip him with the stun that was pretty much on target through the trees.
Tiny, he's not becoming core this game. Just build Medallion on him.
Secret's hero is just so under-farmed right now. Miracle's Void just coming to some sort of incredible leads that we have seen from Miracle. When he gets these heroes where they are able to, as a team, secure and free farm, he just gets leaps and bounds ahead of anybody else in the game.
10 seconds BKB on him. He's not afraid with the Aegis on top of that. In the back line.
They do manage to bring Legs down rather low, but Nisha, they get turned on immediately. Disruption will save them for now. The Mortimer's kick is raining down, but Miracle
not getting anything.
Stays on top of Nisha. Nisha trying to run a cookie will separate him, but Miracle chases on forward with the Time Warp. They have the back kill. Nisha still juking. Miracle won't be able to finish the kill. He's got to get back out of there. They'll look to try and go towards taking Puppey down instead. Who stops connect? One mind stop. In they go. Nisha wants forward with the Avalanche trying to stop them. Puppey finds back immediately, but Nisha will fall. He's dead for 45 and does not have buyback on the Tiny, so Nigma can go back towards hitting the barracks. Soul Catcher nukes them low, but there's no follow-up for Secret to get the kill, whilst Nigma's debuffed as a lineup.
Miracle still hitting those racks, doesn't care too much. Tiny is gone, he knows that there's no real threat coming out if he's dead.
And they're gonna have this rack. Melee racks down, Nigma taking objectives even when they don't have the Chronosphere. They're that far.
Oh, what a stun! They found Zai.
They have Zai's game. It's being hit so hard. He will live. Oh, and the
wrong way.
Oh no! Has the cookie gone wrong? Zai, he's too close. Oh no! Yapzor tried his best, but I mean, Zai just wasn't facing the right direction. The cookie sending him straight back into the hands of Nigma. Curse setup used on the Lifestealer. They're trying to bring Miracle down low, but a Time Warp heals him up. Tier 3 down, Nigma on track to take a second set of racks. And the timing that they've won so many games with here at this land.
They have nothing, they have no damage.
Back up. Miracle's more than ready to go if he sees an opportunity, and there it is. Straight in with a 3-man Chrono, over towards Yapzor, looking for the easy kill to start things. As that's Dragon God, over to Lifestealer. No buyback on the matumbaman. They look towards Nisha. Nisha's down and out, both cores
force without buyback. As Nigma 20k ahead here in game 5. They're looking at tier 4s. They're looking to force Secret into submission. A Snapfire ult to come out, trying to slow things. Can Secret bring them back? They cannot. GG is called. Nigma take game 5. And with that, the series, the championship title, Team Nigma has done it for Cost.
2-0 for Team Secret, and then they won 3 games in a row. And a lot of the people did not think that this team still has it after not being able to qualify